Before you watch this video, I encourage you to play Dream Game first, as there will be major spoilers for the game in this video. Without further ado, let's continue with the video. Dream Game is a game made in Roblox about dreaming and finding strange worlds. This game is heavily inspired by Yumi, Nikki and games alike. The people behind Dream Game are August aka Vertical Ascent and the Fish Toucher. The game was created on the 21st of November 2015, but it was then cancelled. The game was then re-continued on the 8th of January 2020. If you are new to the game, you'd think it'd be any other wacky Roblox game, but oh could you be more wrong. The people that made the Iceberg are August and Yu on Discord. Oh yeah, that will also be some Forge and a Crucible stuff because it's part of Epic department. So let's get on to the Iceberg, beginning with Windy Island. When entering upon the game, you are greeted with calming music and spawn inside a 12th house. Windy Island is an island with many structures near the house you spawn in. Windy Island is also where you begin the cycle of a sleepwalker, someone who starts with nothing and ends with everything or none of it at all. A note on Windy Island written by Nashatra Child, she exclaims that she feels like a special guest, even though no one is there to accommodate her to changes in lifestyle. She travelled to the island by boat. As to why, she wanted to escape a problematic city lifestyle. Windy Island is an escape due to the tranquil environment. Nash came to Windy Island to continue the lives of her ancestors and finish her duty as a sleepwalker. Nash also mentions these two characters in the note: Tauzuku, presumably the son of Josapha in the lore, and Adelaide, who helped Nash garnering information on the Dream Sphere. Much is unknown about this character. Bunnies. Well, it's exactly what it says it is. Bunnies are creatures that can be found in Windy Island or volcanic heights. Bunnies have a slight chance of spawning in Windy Island and can be caught with the net item. Bunnies also have a special purpose in the world of Dream Game. If you were to go into Depth and find a Depth Collector, you could use a bunny on the Depth Collector to kill it. That's brutal, my god. Yoshinoya. Yoshinoya is a woman with blue hair and a frost crown. She also has an E on the top left of her torso. She is the primary shopkeeper of Dream Game. Yoshinoya is present at the upper area of Tenmou and in the Guardian. She is also present at the lower area of Outpost 18 and in Graveyard Sea at the back of the main island. She can also be found in Dying Mall on the first floor in the music shop. Voting system. While playing the game, you may notice a pop-up if you are playing with other people asking you if you would like to sleep, yes or no. That's kinda all that's to it, there's nothing else. Epic Department. Epic Department is the Discord and Roblox group that focuses around Dream Game and Forge of the Crucible, or just any Epic Department games. Info is a command that can be used in a Roblox chat to see what the game is about and to see how many dreams there are currently in the game. Credits. Much like info, credits is a command that can be used in a Roblox chat to see who made the game instead of how many dreams are currently in the game and who the contributors are. Chat commands. I'm not sure if this refers to the previous two entries or if it refers to the admin commands. But if I were to refer to the admin commands, then there are a few commands that are known to the public. These are Impose 101, Dream, Speed and Spawn. Boss. Boss probably refers to Wee Godman, otherwise known as the boss of Fissure Corp. The boss can be found in underground section of Outpost 18 in the boss's office. There are also levers underneath the boss's desk, but we'll cover that later in the video. Depth Dream Orbs. Depth Dream Orbs can be found in pretty much every dream and can be activated using mysterious crystals found in the vending machine in Pink Swamp. These orbs can then send you to depth dreams. Shops. Shops are places in Dream Game where you can buy stuff with studs. In these shops, Yoshinoya can be found being the owner of the shop. Crowbar. The crowbar is the first item you get in the game and is always in your inventory, if you're awake or in a dream. Crowbars are used in dreams to teleport you back to the 12th house. But in Windy Island, the crowbar is rendered useless as it does absolutely nothing. GVR. GVR is a Fissure worker found in Outpost 18. GVR is mostly likely an inspector sent to check the quality and conditions of Outpost 18. You can interact with him and he speaks in a serious and formal manner to the player. I love my censored. I love my censored, or I love my wife, since the Roblox chat system is absolute trash, is a character found in the upper section of Outpost 18. There's not much known about I love my wife's character other than just being a Fissure worker. Permadeath when awake. When you wake up on Windy Island and you die, you get a message saying the following. You swim against your stream of quality and it then kicks you from the game. It's unclear who says this or what it's supposed to mean, but it is very unnerving. Josapha. Josapha is the god and creator of the dream sphere and has multiple churches throughout the game with his symbol on it. Josapha is never seen in the game, but his presence is always there. The biggest notices of Josapha are the owl in the Owl Depth Dream, Josapha's sun signature, and the Ocean Lab fish nuking minigame text. Owls. This probably refers to the Owl Depth Dream. The owls are symbols for Josapha looking over you while playing the game. There's not much known about owls. Mafia. If you were to go into depth, there's a slight chance that the Mafia can appear. They appear in most dreams, but not all. The Mafia are entities that consist of the Squire, the Debt Collector, the Maid Man, Yonola's right hand, Family Soldier, and a Battalion. There's also a chance that the Mugger can appear if you are in debt. When the Mugger attacks you, they steal your accessories. If you are in major debt, there's a chance they plant a nuke on the map that kills anyone that gets near its explosion. You can also attempt to disarm said nuke, but the code is always random and you would have to guess the code. I don't recommend that, by the way. Deus Ex Machina. The Deus Ex Machina machine is a vending machine found in Outpost 18 and the Graveyard Sea. Ex Machina is Latin for from the machine, and Deus is Latin for God, so God from the machine. This explains why the sodas contain elemental powers. There are 8 drinks that can be purchased from the machine. These are Fissure Soda, Spicy Watered Soda, Power Tool Drink, Top 32, Was It, Zone, Apok BR, and OVO. Bloxer event. This is an event that can randomly occur when dreaming or waking up. There will be text on the top of the screen saying, "We are the Bloxers, my friends." This message will stay there for about a minute before disappearing. With this, the entire map gets changed into a retro version of itself. Oh yeah, and I can also give you Slingshot if you get that in Windy Island. Depth. Depth is when you are in a condition of being in depth. There's not really anything else to this. Yeah, a real bummer, I know. Custom chat sounds. I'm not sure what this is supposed to mean, but if I'd have to guess, it's probably referring to whenever anybody chats in game, that makes a sound. Yeah, that's about it. Frozen Soul. Frozen Soul was the alternative name for Dream Game. The reason why the name was changed was because of spoilers, and the rest we don't really know. Robber's Fate. This is the name of the restaurant located underneath Outpost 18. The soda hat can be found near the end of the restaurant inside of a wall, and Yoshinoya is the shopkeep of the restaurant selling cheeseburgers and are now removed milkshakes. Buildings and structures in Redeemed Medusa. There's not much information on this, but it was an unused poem that was supposed to be in Volcanic Heights, probably near the Stone People. Hallows, Heels, and Heels. These 3 musketeers are entities found in. They can also be found in 2015 DG's Ocean Lab, which is now removed, and can give an essence when shot at with a slingshot. Hallows are blue, Heels are red, and are missing a head, and Heels are pale white and can stack themselves onto other heels. These entities are completely harmless and couldn't even hurt a fly if they tried. Balls in Fissure Outpost 18. This refers to the colourful balls that can be found in the underground section of Outpost 18 inside of the side rooms. They can be split into smaller versions of the balls with the hammer. Yeah, balls. Humble Beginnings. This is the name of the badge that you get when you receive the Illuminator from Outpost 18. There isn't really anything else on this, except for that the Illuminator is an item that can be used in like dark places because it's like a lantern. Pressing equal to drop hats. Pressing equal allows you to remove all accessories equipped on your avatar. This feature is important to the game as it allows you to drop hat accessories to NPCs inside of the Dream Sphere. The NPCs will react differently to each accessory item you give to them. There are exceptions though. Chasers. Chasers are hostile entities that can be found in the office section of the underground section of Outpost 18. That's a lot of sections. Wow. Fissure Empire. The Fissure Empire is a large empire that consists of Fissure workers, Fissure soldiers, and Fissure sergeants. The Fissure Empire has existed for quite some time and is the biggest faction in the Dream Sphere, overtaking Josepha's religion even. That's like big. It's like gigantic. Pie hiking. Pie hiking is a maneuver or a technique, whatever you want to call it, that you can do with the pie item. That if you throw a pie at a wall or a floor, you can stand on the pie to go to places previously inaccessible. That's pretty neat. Blue Ring of Fire in Tenmou. In Tenmou, on one of the walls of the main building, there's a blue ring of fire that can be found. I'm not sure if it has any symbolism. If I had to guess, it's most likely for decor purposes. Moon Pie / Pie skins. The entry code Moon Pie refers to pie skins. You can access pie skins as soon as you get one of these badges. Stealth Pilot, Eye of the Storm, and Pie Hiker. You can switch through pie skins with the Q button. Blueberry Pie. This entry refers to Yunoa's dialogue in Tenmou where she talks about blueberry pies. Minstrel Bloxer. The Minstrel Bloxer is an NPC that has a small chance of spawning in some maps. When you interact with them, they would ask for ideas for new songs. If you were to have the badge called Se hace camino al andar, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. They would sing the song called The Minstrel Boy by Charlie Zam. Or Zame. Time only moves when you're dreaming. I'm not quite sure what this is supposed to mean. It's probably just a schizo theory, but this could refer to like it only becomes nighttime when you dream and the time only passes when you dream and wake up. So there might be some truth to that. Guillotine Custom Cursors. This refers to the icon that replaces the cursor when having specific items equipped like Cloud Coffee Cup and the Burger. The art is made by Rebit X. Nashatra Beerchild. Nashatra Beerchild is the character you play as in Dream Game, although August gave the players the freedom to have their own avatars instead of the main character's avatar. So this might be sorta confusing sometimes. Levers under boss's desk. This refers to the bars underneath the boss's desk. These bars are levers that can, if clicked, reveal hidden areas and places previously inaccessible through normal means. Humble Beginning Skip. This entry most likely means that you can play through the entire game without ever knowing or getting the Illuminator in Outpost 18, so in turn you would also never have gotten the badge for it. A Shudderer's Task. A Shudderer's Task, formerly known as the Net, is an item you can get in Tenmou in the outer section of the underground area of Tenmou. When first getting the Net, you will find out that it is a temporary item. You can get it as a permanent item through completing the badge each day better than the last, or by being a shudderer in Epic Department Discord server. With the net, you can also perform a move where you spin and gain a speed boost temporarily. You can activate this with the Q button, but that's not all you can do with the net. You can also catch entities, for example, bunnies, hallows, healers, and the healers pumpkin room in Tenmou. In Tenmou, there's a sub-room with pumpkin guitars and pumpkin paintings on the walls. There isn't anything else pumpkin related in Tenmou that I know of. Old Nicky. Old Nicky is an NPC that is found in Tenmou, inside of the Guardian. To find the Guardian, you need to grab the pie in Upper Tenmou and pie hike all the way from land to ship. Although, if you have the What Poets Used to Know badge, you can locate an orb near one of the walls of the underground section of Tenmou. Once entered, the orb will send you to the Guardian, which you can enter via clicking the hatch. You will then find Old Nicky at the back of the room. If given the Fissure soda hat found in Robber's Fate, this will then send you to a dream called Garden of Fulfillment. Old sodas. The old sodas refer to the sodas from 2015 Dream Game. These sodas are located at the same place as the current sodas. They can also be found in the current Dream Game if you were to throw the sodas in the trash cans in one of the Fissures in Outpost 18. Rebit Axe's art. Rebit Axe, or Rebit Axe, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, is the person who made the art for the Cloud Coffee mug and the burger. We have already covered this in the surface levels. Delete Hammer. The Delete Hammer is an item found in Ocean Lab, in the most far right of where you spawn. To get the Delete Hammer, you have to pie hike to the boat near the lab entrance, and when obtaining the hammer, you will not have it in your inventory permanently. Just like a Shudderer's task, you will have to complete a badge to permanently have it in your inventory. The badge needed is Killing Machine 1999, which you can obtain via killing about 25 Mafia members and smashing their heads. Yeah, the 4 elements. The 4 elements are a thing heavily hinted at in Dream Game and are mostly always connected to the sodas in Outpost 18. These hints to the elements can be found in the Hangar of Frozen Edge. The symbols of these elements are a triangle, which stands for fire, an upside down triangle which stands for water, a triangle with a line going through it which stands for air, and an upside down triangle with a line going through it which stands for earth. Empty Cloud Mug. The Empty Cloud Mug is an item that can be found in a Dream Coming Storm on the crashed aircraft near the buildings. The depth orb to Coming Storm is found in Volcanic Heights. There's nothing else really to this entry from what I know. Morgetta was the first person to get to the world as an idea with 0 reposes. Not much is known about this player other than that Morgetta used to give hints for Twy, but they don't anymore because they aren't active. Sword of Bunker Hill. This is an item which can be obtained via getting the badge Si Hasi Camino Al Andar. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. To get the badge itself, you need to get 1 million studs, and then you will be rewarded with the Sword of Bunker Hill. The Sword of Bunker Hill can also be used as a key card. I am unsure why, but it just works. Repercussions of Fissure. This is the name of a badge that can be obtained by getting the event We Are the Bloxers, my friends, on Windy Island. After getting the badge, you will get awarded with a permanent item called the Surefire Slingshot. The description says, there are moments in life when man has no longer the right to desert. Lurk's Fight. The Lurk's Fight is a boss fight you can enter if you click on the arcade cabinet in Pink Swamp. This then teleports you to a different game. This boss fight can take multiple minutes and is also very hard due to the one-hit attacks and the limited time you have until the fight ends and you lose. To attack Lurks, you get a long-ranged weapon that you can attack him with. Garden of Fulfillment. Garden of Fulfillment is a depth dream which you can enter by using a mysterious crystal on the Old Nicky orb in Tenmou. In the garden there are 2 entities that can be found, which are the Royal Turtle and the Windberry, which you can both get a special essence from. There is also a Josepharian Church, where you can pray to get rid of rebirths. You might have also noticed that there's a giant staircase that you can climb. If you get to the top of the staircase, you get a badge called What Poets Used to Know. This badge doesn't do anything special. Keycard. This is an item found in Outpost 18. You can get the keycard by killing a chaser and picking the keycard up from the ground. You can use the keycard on the keycard readers in Outpost 18, Ocean Lab and Frostpitality. Though I am not 100% sure about Frostpitality, as nobody has actually said anything about it or been there. Bunnies by Abra_M. Bunnies is a game made by the user Abra_M. In this game you play as the bunnies from Dream Game. There isn't much to do in this game than just to jump around and find cool stuff. It's still neat to check out. Night of David Baszucki. Night of David Baszucki was an update for the April Fool's update of 2022. There isn't much known about this than just the game being different. Si hace camino al andar. I think I've said this like 3 times already and mispronounced it every single time. This is the name of the badge with the same name. When translated it says, Walker, there is no path. The path is made by walking. This aligns with the game's lore and that you have to figure out what to do on your own and that the path isn't just laid out for you. Ola balls. Ola balls, formerly known as Ola spheres, are strange balls that consist of 3 main colors. Red, blue and green. These Ola balls spawn on the top of the frog trees, or volcanoes in Graveyard Sea. When spoken to, they respond with Ola or Ola and nothing else. Nighttime in Tenmou. This is an event that can occur at random times. There is also a sunset variant of this event. You can trigger the sunset variant on Tenmou, but it's unknown what the method is. Multiple Yonoas. There are multiple Yonoas spotted in Dream Game. We have already covered where these Yonoas can be found, but in Tenmou, there are 2 Yonoas that can be found, which there is only 1 real one, and that is the one in the Guardian. Alternate Ocean Lab variant. I'm not completely sure if this refers to the retro or the nuked version of Ocean Lab. But in a nuked version of Ocean Lab, everything gets destroyed and all bricks are replaced by corroded variants. This is also the way on how to get Cautionary Tale. Documents Room. This used to be an inaccessible room in Tenmou, but not too long ago it got revealed on Dreamsphere fandom page on how to open a documents room door. Xiris and 5, I'm gonna bunch these 2 together because they're practically the same thing. Not much is known about Xiris, other than the fact that he controls some parts of the Dreamsphere or experience of the player once you defeat him. You'll be given a badge 5, which symbolizes independence. Now you gain some sort of independence after you kill Xiris. The way you defeat Xiris is by completing the blocks in Abbey and click on the Guardia hat and returning to the tidal locking map. And if we're going to talk about tidal locking, Tidal locking. Tidal locking is an area that can be accessed through 2015 Dream Game's Graveyard Seas. Once you are in tidal locking, you'll meet with Xiris. Big bunnies. Big bunnies are bunnies, but much bigger. Their entire purpose of existence is to eat debtors, because Josepha doesn't like them. Yeah, that meaningful existence. Am I right? Yep. Cheeseburger. The cheeseburger is an item that can be bought at Robber's Fate. The cheeseburger has a weird function in that it can make entities cry when eating it near them. You can make an iced cola when you and another person eat a cheeseburger and an ice cream next to each other to create ice blocks. These ice blocks can then be put into a drink and make an iced cola. Mirror Shard. Mirror shards are an item that can be obtained by smashing a mirror with the hammer. These mirror shards can be used to teleport to said user's net. White Horse and All Thunder. These two stallions are entities that can be found in Windy Island. They have a rare chance of spawning and can be sat on. Just like any other overworld entity, you can bring them into dreams, but once you take them into a dream, they can never come back to the overworld. Bubble plus pie equal float tag. If you throw a pie on a bubble in Tenmo, you can float upwards due to the bubble always wanting to be near you. After floating upwards for a while, you will find floating islands in the sky. On some of these islands there are weird pillar-like objects. It's unclear what this is supposed to resemble or mean. Sidecar packs and big sidecar packs. The sidecar packs, nicknamed packs, is a hostile entity that can be spawned by dropping cans on the ground. It can also be found in a much bigger form with the Mafia. The sidecar packs remain invisible until approached. When approached, they go into an aggressive state and attack the player. You can also net these creatures and turn them into allies like bunnies. Dream Game Portal. This refers to the portal in Volcanic Heights that sends you to the 2015 version of Dream Game. This portal can be found at the top of the volcano. When finding the portal, which is on top of a small cave-like structure, you get the prompt asking you if you want to teleport. After saying yes, this sends you to the 2015 game. Nash, no. Voice line. If you try resetting in Dream Game, text appears on your screen saying, Nash, this is not the time, and a voice line of Nash plays saying, no. Muse's team. Muse's team is a rare occurrence that happens upon joining a new Dream Game server. Muses means a person who is an inspiration for a creative artist. Teleporter. I'm not sure if this refers to the teleporter in Outpost 18, but in Outpost 18, there's a red see-through teleporter that roams through the hallways of the underground section. When touched, this sends you to the dream cage of Outpost 18. The technology was then used to make a blade to send entities and other players to dream cages in other dreams. DG Unity. If I'm not mistaken, DG Unity is Dream Game but made in the Unity engine. This was then cancelled. There are still references to this as paintings throughout the game though. 1337 keypad code. In Tenmo there's a keypad that can be found by going through one of the orbs. After done so, there's a keypad where you can enter a code. This code is 1337. After putting in the code and entering it, the power will turn on in the lower section of Tenmo. This then gives access to the upper section of Tenmo. Dreamsphere cages. Dreamsphere cages are areas inside of every dream which are cages that players get teleported to by certain items in the game, for example the telesword and the glitched launcher. Bears and Yetis. Bears and Yetis are animals inside of Dream Game which have a rare chance of spawning on Windy Island. Yetis only have a chance to spawn during winter. Nash's battle cry. After Nash kills a fair amount of people with the hammer, she yells out loud, making NPCs and players cry with cheeseburger. If you eat a cheeseburger near an entity, they will cry and tiny blue spheres drop to the ground, followed up with a crying sound. Sticking power tool in your nose. Okay, hear me out. If you drink enough power tool soda, it will stick to Nash's nose after a while and then it will fall off. Outpost 18 kitchen. If you shift lock in Rob's Fate and look through the wall that Yoshinoya is looking at, you can see what looks like a kitchen. In these walls you can also find a Fissure soda hat. Stealth Pilot. Stealth Pilot is a badge achieved by finishing the dialogue with Novice Creator in storage. To get there you need to extinguish the fire in Volcanic Heights with the water mug. Depth bombs by Yoshinoya. If you go into stud depth, the Mafia will spawn in the Dreamsphere and attack you on sight. There is also a chance that they'll spawn a nuke on the map, although it's just a theory that Yoshinoya ordered them to attack you, but it's not out of the question. Keycard and Merg as a weapon. In Dream Game you can use the Merg and a keycard as a weapon and kill your enemies. hidden Shiverfrost reference in Graveyard Sea. In Graveyard Seas, there's an old door model used from Shiverfrost. The pie is truth. An Easter egg in Outpost 18 exclaiming that the cake is the truth. This is a nod to Portal 2, obviously. Gender differences in Forge. In Forge, gender identity can be assigned by the player. You can change your gender from male to female and female to male. There aren't any gender differences from what I know of. Engine sounds. In Ocean Lab, you can hear engine sounds from the machines. Disaster Chan. An inside joke about a drawing of Disaster Peace or Vertical Ascent, but made into an anime girl drawn by Rebit X. You brought the Big Mac. If you type the command gift I love my censored while you're having the cheeseburger in your hand, I love my wife will respond with you brought the Big Mac. Twy badge trap. Out of bounds in Tenmo, there's a badge giver that has a Twy badge icon. If touched, the player will immediately die and be sent back in bounds. This was probably added to fake out cheaters and or curious people. Bunny mounting on Big Bunny. When you jump on top of a big bunny, you can mount it and jump around. There's nothing else to this than just having fun. Frozen Edge of Frostpitality. In the lore, it's stated that Frozen Edge is connected to Frostpitality due to the Fissure bases being there. There's also a sketch where Frozen Edge is right next to Frostpitality. Clockwork Stalkings. Clockwork was an entity that was part of the Grapefruit Anomalies. Clockwork has since been removed from the game. Clockwork has the appearance of a man with a red teapot on his head and a Stanford shirt and plain pants. Impose 101 me. This is an admin command and if used gives impose items, which these items consist of the friendly Illumina and the gravity hammer. Josapha's Sun. This refers to the Josepharian sun signature. This is a rare event that can occur when the sun gets replaced by a white circle with a face on it. Infinite Grey / Silver. This is an abyssal dream that was recently found by Bob and VST Nex. The way on how to get there hasn't been released to the public, but the music that plays is church-like. The dream consists of subspace trip mines, ruins, a big church-like structure, and a parking lot surrounded by trees. Final Transmission. Final Transmission is a badge that is obtained by getting all badges and getting to the end of the game with carried out exorcism, the world as an idea, and Netta creator being exceptions. It's not known what the end of the game is or how to get there since nobody knows how to get there. So that's still up to, you to find. Cycloid. This is the name of the badge for getting to Frostpitality. Nobody really knows how to get to Frostpitality, although one person has been to Frostpitality, which is Bob Expert. There isn't much known about Bob Expert, and after they got the badge they went radio silent and never talked in a Discord ever again. Roll Heater or Roll Hatter. This is a Roblox user that is a friend of Morgita or Morgetta. Roll Heater has one game called Beyond. There isn't much known about Roll Heater since they went offline 2 years ago. Josapha Thunders. This most likely refers to the thunders that happen when someone gets banned. There's nothing else I could think of except for that, nor is there really anything else that has thunder or makes a thunderous sound. Josepharian Theocracy. Seems to be that in Dream Game, a form of government exists where priests rule in the name of God or a god. Battle Armor in the Breeze. The battle armor was a remnant of maps that had it in it. It gives you maximum HP permanently, like Slate Skin, and I'm pretty sure it respawns it in the same spot every time when it's picked up. Jin's gun. Jin's gun is a yellow gun found in a lowest area of volcanic heights. There's not a lot to it. Find the Trinity 2100. This used to be a hint to the item called Packed Sandwich. Catface ball in Foxhole. This is a ball found in the game Forge and the Crucible. You could push it around and it would continuously grow in size. Secret Shop. This was the original name for Hair Clear Depths. It's uncertain why the name got changed, but it did. Nom trash cans in Outpost 18. This apparently refers to the green trash cans in Outpost 18, specifically the ones that turned the sodas into the Dream Game 2015 sodas. Heart Pie. This is a decal in the out of bounds area in 10 Mile. The reason for the decal being there isn't known. Fellow. The Fellow is an entity found in Ocean Lab. It's a metallic looking creature. There isn't much known about this goober. Expedito. This was a challenge made for the game Arrow Wings 2 Airstrike. After completing the challenge, you will get the badge Carried Out Exorcism. The Friendly Illuminer. The Friendly Illuminer is an admin item that can only be obtained by using the command Impose 101. While holding this item, you could also outrun a rare. Free upgraded essential items. This refers to the free items that can be upgraded from doing certain tasks. These items are the Surefire Slingshot, Shudder's Task aka the Net, and the Frozen Taco. After getting all of these items upgraded to their better versions, you will get the badge each day better than the last. They will then also be a permanent item in your inventory. Big Bunny Carnivore. This most likely refers to that if you were to be in debt, that the big bunny can eat you, instantly killing you and being unable to respawn, aka being a permadeath. Hawk. Hawk was a command in the previous versions of Dream Game. When using this command,
Win the island.
the next stream would be changed to Pink Swamp, specifically the Sunset version of Pink Swamp. There's no reason why it got changed, and there was no reason for it to be in the game either. So, Sunset Tenmou. We've already covered this in the entry Nighttime Tenmou. Bob Expert 1921. Bob Expert 1921 is one of the uploaders of the Dreamsphere wiki and was also the first person to achieve Frostpitality. They went silent quickly after finding Frostpitality. Fafa. Fafa is an entity part of the Grapefruit Anomalies. When killing the Fafa mother, you will be sent to Abode of the Damned, which is basically just a maze with a lot of Fafas corrupting the entire map over time. Golden Mirrors. Golden Mirrors are golden versions of mirrors found throughout the game. The locations of where you can find these mirrors are in Graveyard Sea, in a small crevice on its side, in a small tunnel of Pink Swamp, the main area of Autumn Resolute 2, and on the lowest path of Volcanic Heights, situated near Depth Dream Orb Heraclea Depths. Port of Umbrage. This was the name of a scrapped Abyssal Dream. Nobody is sure if it will ever return or if it will ever be in the game. Significance of the numbers 352 and 32. The significance is a secret to everybody. Nothing is known about this. Source Ambient. This refers to the ambience that emits from the fire object from the teleporter that takes you to DG 2015. Okay, R. This was a hint given by August. The thing that was hinted to was eventually found. This was an Easter egg that could be found if you got on one of the birds during the event Birthday on Windy Island. After finding said Easter egg, this would then link to a YouTube video of a song they listened to during development. 3 hour, 6 hour and 9 hour Twilight routes. This probably means that some routes might take 3 to 9 hours to get to Zwei, which in all honesty I doubt, but it's never out of the picture. Yoshinoya duping. You can dupe Yoshinoya by netting her in Outpost 18 and then ringing the bell, and you can just keep on repeating that. In other dreams that contain Yoshinoya, you can net her and then kill her inside of your net and then net her again. It's quite weird if I'm gonna be honest, like, you're kidnapping women. Come on. Yoshinoya's right-hand man. This is a mafia member. Nothing is really known about this except for that they are Yoshinoya's right-hand man. Esoteric and hermetic themes. This just means that the game is slightly mostly for people that independently seek for answers instead of asking or looking them up. The hermetic or hermetic side of the theme probably refers to Josephian religion, which is practically just Christianity. Big cyberfish in ODG. This refers to the thing inside of Outpost 18's walls. It's not sure why it's there, but it just is. Drowning giving additional reposes. Well, it doesn't give additional reposes. When drowning in Windy Island, it just kicks you and doesn't give any more reposes. Not sure if it ever did, but I doubt it. Bunny gaps. Bunny gaps are a secret thing that you can do to get a free skin for the Cloud Coffee mug. Bunny gaps can be different things, but like it says in the name, the objects are bunnies. Some of them may not seem like it, but they are. All the maps where you can find said bunny gaps are Ocean Lab, Pink Swamp, Graveyard Sea, Volcanic Heights, Outpost 18, Garden of Fulfillment, Closing Mall, and Infinite Silver. Packed Sandwich. This was an item that was removed a while ago. Nothing is really known about this. You've done the right thing. This sound plays when you give the Fissure soda hat to either GVR or I Love My Wife in Outpost 18. This is just an Easter egg. Info to rotate seat. When typing the command info into the Roblox chat, you rotate, so if you were to do this while seated, the seat would also rotate. Unknown purposes and function of the sword in Fissure Outpost 18. There is no purpose to these swords and can only be hammerable, and that's it. Mari, my friend, is going to read the last 2 levels now, so see ya!
Starting with the Fissure. This entry refers to the fact there are multiple Fissure outposts in Dream Game. True purpose of the bubble dispenser. We have already covered this in bubble plus pi equal float tech entry, but to summarize it, if you throw a pie on the bubble that is spawned from the bubble dispenser, you can jump on it and the bubble will bring you up and you'll fly, sort of, but then the bubble will disappear and then you'll go back down. Crippling depression of boss. This I can't do this anymore. This most likely refers to the amount of alcoholic drinks on his table. He could also just be a chronic drinker, but I don't freaking know. I mean, it's kind of obvious. He probably beats a few of his workers. We'll go with that. The Marilla room. The Marilla room seems to be a room with 3 buttons on the wall with 2 people on one side of the wall. This room can be found in the game Forge and the Crucible. Moosehead. This entry can refer to 2 things. The OST from Volcanic Heights is called Repulsive Moosehead, but there's also an audio file. Let's take a listen.
The Moosehead revealed some kind of combination code. 4 left, 3 right, and 3 left again.
Robert's Fate. The sign of Robert's Fate in Outpost 18 has a chance of changing to Robert's Fate. This was just a small Easter egg, but I do wonder whatever happened to Robert. He probably died. Perfect Dunk. This is a secret message which can be activated in 10 Mile by standing on top of the roof and throwing a can onto the green circle in the middle of upper 10 Mile. Secret soda machine code. There's a code in volcanic heights that can be found inside the volcano on the upper intersection. After finding the code, which is 122112221, when inputting the code in the soda machine in either Graveyard C or Outpost 18, the machine will spew out all of its contents. Zoo language on all soda. Zoo language probably refers to Toa Zuku and how he talks in a poetic way. I'm not sure what this means anyway. Robar plus potion. This might have or used to have been in the game at some point, but both items are no longer in the game. This combination of items probably would have made you move at insane speeds, but it can no longer be achieved anyway because both of them got removed. Wee Wee Soda. Wee Wee Soda is useful for Frostvitality. The Wee Wee Soda has been said to be useful inside of Frostvitality, aka the Abyssal Dream itself, and not to actually get to Frostvitality, because apparently there's going to be a path you can choose, similar to the selections, or similar to the sections in Abby's, where it's like 3 paths and you have to guess which one is right, sort of like that. Milkshake skip for wooden net. This is no longer possible anymore due to the milkshake item being removed entirely from the game.
Okay, well, Mari, I'm gonna stop you right there because I just found a video of the milkshake skip. Let's go look at it.
Morgetta's puzzle serving as the creation myth for the ED timeline. Morgetta created a short text on the creation of the Dream Sphere in her game called Puzzle. Honestly, I checked it out. I don't understand a thing. Lore text in Wizard Wars. Theseus the Sevenless is a person that wrote a message on 2 of the walls inside the tower of a game called Wizard Wars. To summarize what was written on the walls is that he brought glory to the gods and he did what he was made to do. Or, I mean, you could just read it yourself and figure it out, because what I wrote was probably wrong. Teapot Rain. This is probably an admin event that is similar to the Subspace Trip Mine event, but instead of Subspace Trip Mines falling down from the sky, it would be teapots. Chicken residue. Something Merlin eats for breakfast every day. So apparently in the Forge in the Crucible, there's like this big cockatrice and it poops on the ground and the poop is named chicken residue. This took me 15 minutes of research to figure out. Honestly, pretty epic. Shiverfrost references throughout the Dreams and Dream Game. This most likely refers to some paintings throughout Dream Game. All of, if not most, things that were used in Shiverfrost were brought to the other dreams, so they wouldn't go to waste. There isn't anything else to this. Leaked update logs. Well, there's nothing on this, and I couldn't find any evidence, but who really cares anyway? It probably wasn't that important if it was deleted.
Okay, well, this was horrendously outdated, but yes, Hellos do follow not specifically bigger creatures, but passive creatures. So yeah, I guess this is true.
1 out of 64 chance of Fausto Easter egg event in Graveyard Seas. There's a little guy that can spawn around the walls of main island in Graveyard Seas. It's unsure to who this is or who this resembles, but he looks pretty stoned, I'm gonna be honest. Rolhetta setup awakening for Nasatra. This entry refers to Rolhetta being the one that woke Nasatra be a child at Windy Island. In case you don't know who Rolhetta is someone who is friends with Morgetta. They haven't been online for about 12 plus years, so they probably aren't going to come back anytime soon. But with the lore implications, I'm not really too sure. Importance of the dotted circle symbol. I'm not completely sure what said dotted circle symbol is supposed to be, but if I would have to guess, it's most likely this symbol in Infinite Silver. This symbol most likely means vertical ascent, although I'm not completely sure, but it's a good read, so you should go check it out. Melat says on the Telesword description. Melat says seems to be a person or a thing. This name can be found on the description of the Telesword, and I've never seen it or heard of it, so on to the next one. Landmine at 10 Mile Bathroom. If you put the white ball from the billiards room in the hole inside the bathroom, the whole thingy in the corner, it would go boom. Cockatrice idle sound. Why is there so many things about this stupid chicken? Anywho, this giant cockatrice makes like a pretty weird sound. Anyway, here's the audio file for it. I hate this stupid chicken. Refilling Fissure soda. If you fully drink a soda and pick it back up with the net, you can refill it at one of the dispensers near the chaser spawns. I actually didn't know about this before I wrote the document. Vehicle mayhem. This dream used to be in the game, but it was removed. Honestly, I have no idea, but it was like a demolition derby. There's a bunch of red cars and stuff like that, and the only image I could find was this. The Flood Event. The Flood Event is an extremely old event in Dream Game which took over 2 hours to achieve and would flood Windy Island according to August. Vertical Ascent. This is the name of August's Roblox account, but it also could refer to the hint for Infinite Silver, but I don't think so that much. I think that it's just a reference to a really good book that you should probably read if you want to understand the game a little bit more, but most of this stuff is pretty confusing anyway. Spring and Chaos, final scene in Tenmou. This is a little obscure, but at the end of the Spring and Chaos episode, the crosshair symbol can be seen. This symbol might seem familiar to anyone who's been in Upper Tenmou, as next to the crystals, this symbol can be found on the ground. Penumbral Eclipse is one of Morgetta's decals. I'm not completely sure if this image was used in Dream Game, but here's an image of the decal. Ghost sound from Nash's grave. In The Forge and the Crucible, when you step close to Nash's grave, an audio clip will start playing and you'll hear wind and bird chirping in the distance. When the audio clip gets close to the end, whispering or some heavy breathing will play, and then it'll loop again. True nature of the Dream Sphere. The true nature of the Dream Sphere is just built on an obscure logic. Truth be told, that there's actually no logic and that this whole thing is really stupid. And that's the way it is. There's nothing else to it, but everyone interprets it differently. Giant Royal Turtle. Formerly known as the Giga Turtle, this is an entity that can be spawned when throwing 11 top 32 cans off of a normal Royal Turtle. This would result in a Giga Turtle falling from the sky approximately 100 studs behind the 12th house. Don't know how they got the exact stud requirement, but I don't know. Ghost Studs. Ghost Studs act similar like normal studs, as you can pick them up, but the thing is, they're invisible. They're mostly used to reward the player for looking in places where you think there is nothing. One of these studs would give about 500 plus studs to your counter. This is really similar to the gold studs you can find in Outpost 18 hidden inside walls. Nothingness.ogg. This is most likely an audio file in Dream Game or any other Epic Department game, but apparently rumor said this is to help find Frostfatality, although it's pretty stupid anyway. Original Secret Shop Route. This entry could refer to the Heraclea Depths dream and its orb, although the orb never changed places, so I'm not completely sure what this entry means. Badge noises. When you get a badge, there's like a sound that plays. This happens with minor things like opening document room. Apparently some people think that there's a sound logic between this, but do whatever you like with it. Portable ancient Stanzel fountain. This seems to be an item that is either unused or never found, since there's zero details or info on this item. Commando Bunny 1 through 2048 chance. The Commando Bunny is an extremely rare variant of the normal bunny. It almost likely spawns on Windy Island or any place that can spawn bunnies, but I couldn't find any image of the Commando Bunny that exists. Alright, well that's finally it. We're done. Yippee! Now you do your end of the video.
Oh wow, I'm back. Huh. Anyway, it seems like it's the end of the video. So that was the mostly Dream Game Iceberg. There's been lots more that has been added to Dream Game and other Epic Department games since I started writing the script for this and recording all of it. So I might make a continuation to this video. I want to thank August, Radion, Bob and Yuyu for helping me cover this entire iceberg. And I would also like to thank Mari for helping me write the script and just being there as moral support. Couldn't have done it without you guys. If there's anything else you would like me to cover, then let me know in the comments below. This was Merlin, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya! Please don't kill me for calling the Shutter Beard out. The Shutter Beard child. Please.